The Twins have a new explosive weapon.
No, Scott, not the Twins, the Dodgers. You should know Tommy Edman, an explosive weapon that was deployed in the postseason, has agreed to a 5-year, $74 million extension to stay in Dodger blue. What a deal this turned into for L.A. when they acquired Edman in a 3-team swap at the break. He turned into one of their best players in the postseason, and he's going to be there for the foreseeable future. Guy that can play everywhere, hit everywhere, switch hit, good in the room, and now he gets a $74 million extension. There are two ways to look at this, and we're going to talk about the Dodgers for sure in a sec. Okay. But I wonder, like, what the Cardinals got in this 3-team deal, and it was the White Sox, the Dodgers, and the Cardinals at the end of July. Right. They got Eric Fetty, who's got another year on his deal, and they got Tommy Pham, who's a free agent now. Mm-hmm. Did they get enough in return for Tommy Edman? How many of their own guys are stars elsewhere now?
A lot. They traded him while he was injured. So maybe they got something because he was injured. But this is a guy you lock up. He's an organizational guy, regardless of the organization. The Dodgers hit gold here. Play everywhere on the diamond, and this didn't just happen. It was well advertised, and this is what he's been doing since he's been in the big leagues. Switch hitter, he can play left field, center field, right field, shortstop, second. Wherever you put him at, you don't drop off. But I think the big thing for me in watching Tommy Edman play was every day in the postseason, it's the fundamentals, the plays he made, the simple things that he does that makes you a ball player that wins titles. And it shows up every day in the postseason.
You bet it does, man. He was huge in the postseason, and he is not just rewarded for what he did. The Dodgers are projecting that he's going to give them those kind of contributions for the next 5 years, so he gets the long-term deal.
And, Matt, I said this when they traded for him at trade deadline. None of this works for the Dodgers without Mookie Betts. Mookie gives them such a luxury to be able to say, okay, we'll put Mookie at short. Oh, Edman can play there. We'll put Mookie back in right.
Yeah.
Oh, I think this year we'll move him to second. They can do so many things and be able to acquire a guy like Tommy Edman because you have Mookie Betts. And because Mookie's bat carries like a big-time hitter does, and he can play all the positions for you, you can not worry about offense when you go acquire Tommy Edman, who ended up giving you more offense than they expected from a power standpoint. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. But because of Mookie being able to do so many things, the Dodgers can do a million moves. They can sit here right now and go, do we get another outfielder? Oh, maybe we'll just put Mookie back out there.
I mean, they're spending monopoly money, right? I mean, they're playing in a kind of different space in some of those long-term deals.
Let me lock in on the financials.
Get a load of these financials, D-Row. Not even, none of us could have dreamed of a payroll that could have all of this on the same page. Ohtani, of course, completely backloaded. And there's the Betts deal in the mid-300. That's why the Soto money to me is nuts. You're talking about they want $600 million for Soto. He's not nearly as good or versatile as Mookie Betts. Sorry.
That's why it's hard to look at how they're getting to that number. I know JP gave us the add up on the numbers, but JP started comparing them to pitchers. The everyday player, the highest paid everyday player on the ABV right now is Aaron Judge at $40 million.
Yeah.
And then it goes Trout at 35.5.
So considering those commitments, is there payroll room? Is there latitude for Soto in L.A.? Because we were thinking at the beginning of the offseason that they were the favorites.
Well, I say yes. Because of the Ohtani contract. You're paying Shohei $2 million a year. We had 388 players make $2 million last year in the big league.
Because everybody's just assuming that, it's a matter of when, not where, for the Mets to sign Soto. But you're saying the Dodgers are very much involved in this.
I would think they have their number, I'm sure, just like the Yankees have a number.
Well, despite the fact that, not only was it those names and numbers that we talked about, they added another one over the weekend when Blake Snell made it official to sign with the L.A. Dodgers. And here is Snell welcoming himself to Dodger Nation.
What up, Dodger fans? It's Blake Snell here. Really excited to be a Dodger. Can't wait to win more championships with you guys and see y'all at Dodger Stadium.
You know where he's at, right?
Where was he?
He's at Autzen Stadium in Eugene. He went up to watch the Huskies get whooped by the Ducks.
Oh, well.
His hometown team.
It doesn't matter.
Just saying.
It doesn't matter if he wasted money on playing fair for that, because he just got a nice deal to join the Dodgers. 5
good for
years,
him, man.
$182 million. And
I think he's the best pitcher in baseball right now, Matt. I said that a couple weeks ago. I really do. I mean, you look at, he's catching his stride right now. If you look at what he's done the second half of last year when he was healthy and in shape and in pitcher shape, and you look at what he did the other 2 Cy Youngs before that, he's in the prime of a run for about 3 to 5 years that he'll be the best pitcher in the league.
I mean, this was the same story last year, too. After May 5th, I think, was that date of demarcation in 2023. He took off, and he was the best in the plan.
Yeah.
How does this deal, 5 for 182, affect the rest of the free agent pitching market, specifically Corbin Burns? Does he now have a better barometer, or was his deal going to be in an envelope regardless of what Blake Snell did?
I think it gives him an understanding of what money, where it's going to be. You know, we're seeing the market settle.
Is he north of 182? Like, if you had $1 to spend, which guy do you want?
What's his? You got to look at age and everything.
Yeah, I mean, I get we don't have it all on the
head.
paper, but like gut shot, do you think he signs for more or less than what Snell got?
Around the same.
Okay.
You know, I don't think he cracks into the 250 or something like that, but I think he's, 200 to 180. He's somewhere in that range.
Okay. And there's a bunch of suitors, too. I mean, it feels like everybody's in on him. And, we had more on Soto that we'll get to a little bit later on. But let's get back to the Dodgers. Soto's still on the table there. If Teoscar moves on, there's an outfield spot. Like, you can't get enough starting pitching. Where do you think their next move is? What kind of player?
I think they got to get an outfielder. I mean, either Teoscar, Santander,
right,
Soto. If you're talking really serious about Mookie moving to second base, then you got to replace him in the outfield. That's just the numbers.
There are some, the 2 younger guys here, Pages and Outman, they're still on the radar there. I think there's going to be another pitcher ad myself, because you just don't know what you're going to get out of the rotation, whether it's bringing back Walker Buehler or going outside the family tree to bring in somebody like Burns. I've always thought Burns would be a good fit there. Heck, the Dodgers might land both Snell and Burns.
But we're looking at what they're bringing back, too. You're going to get Dustin May back. You're going to get Glasnow back. You're going to get these guys back healthy again.
Yep.
They had close to how many, $500 million of pitchers on the injured list? And they're going to be coming back. So they have pitching. And I think the one thing the Dodgers understood in this run at the end, and this is just me seeing how I saw it at the end of the year, that if we get through the regular season, which they already think they're going to win, they're going to get in the postseason, we'll figure it out. We just need arms.
Let's just get us there.
That's all they did.
You're right.